Yeah. Yeah. You already know who it is. Introducing himself for the first time. It's your boy, Macadocious. Macadocious84. Follow me on Instagram. I'm gonna start today by saying this is gonna be the people's show. You wanna talk sports? You wanna interact? My DM's gonna be open. My handle's gonna be open. Email's gonna be open. I don't mind, fans coming in, supporters, anybody that's a sports fan, sports junkie like me wanna come through and join in the conversation. We're gonna be open to that. I got some good material coming up for you guys, but I wanted to introduce myself. Once again, Instagram handle Macadocious84. Macadocious meaning he will say or do whatever he wants, and that's how the show is gonna go. Boom. Man, I just want to say this. Me and my boys here in beautiful, cool Hollywood just finished witnessing, ending to a game that was pretty much inevitable. We're talking about the Patriots, Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, and a little bit of Andy Reid.
Who's happening, man?
What?
The Kool-Aid Man was not happy today. I really want to get started on the LA Rams. Hey, saludos to all LA Ram fans, St. Louis Rams fans. Hey man, congrats. I'm not gonna knock you guys. Great coach, McVay. Your quarterback, Goff. Hey, he's a talent. I'm gonna make this thing clear real quick. Man, I'm a Bay Area boy, so I know about Jared Goff.
What?
I know about him and Cal. I know he didn't have a line. Apparently he does now. And a coach, because does anybody remember Jeff Fisher? Yeah, I don't. Jeff Fisher, 8-8. That's the definition of Jeff Fisher if you look at it in the Urban Dictionary, baby. But yeah, Sean McVay, he surprised me. And I say that because I didn't really see the Saints losing. What up, man? I'm saying what up to some homies in the background over here. But I didn't see the Saints losing today. Not because I don't think the Rams are not capable of winning a playoff road game. And not because I don't feel like they're not one of the most talented rosters in the NFL. But I really didn't see, Sean McVay out-coaching Sean Payton. Because you pretty much have the teacher and you have the student. Even though they run different offenses and they come from different coaching trees, you're basically getting offenses that are going to stretch you from sideline to sideline. And they're gonna hit you with the power running game, and then they're gonna play action you to death. You play zone, breeze. He's gonna kill you straight. There's no other way to put it. He's gonna kill you, and he's gonna kill you with a big play, and he's gonna kill you methodically, but he's gonna kill you regardless. So it doesn't really matter how he does it. There's no good way to die, right? So that's a given. And today was a little bit different because you had two teams that were putting up over 30 points a game, and in the first half, we had a slugfest, a defense of slugfest. People were covering, people were putting pressure on the quarterback, and I mean, we were hoping for a shootout, somewhere in the 50s, somewhere even like around the type of level that KC and LA Rams played earlier this year. But that did not happen. It wasn't until the second half, where the Rams woke up and they were able to do what they did and pull out the victory. It was kind of a crappy game. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be serious about that. I was a little disappointed because I was ready to see some fireworks, some action, some big plays. And not to mention I had a little bit of a parlay, on these games, and yeah, I didn't hit that. But I mean that's a different story for a different day. I missed it by 2 points. Otherwise, I had a couple hundred in my pocket right now. So yeah, I mean the game didn't actually get good until the third and the fourth quarter. I felt like for whatever reason the Saints were running the ball and they were being pretty. I wouldn't say they were burning the barn, but they were kind of gashing the Rams a little bit, and everybody knows that the Rams weakness. If you can say they have a couple, which I think Marcus Peters and Aqib Talib get a little bit more credit than they deserve. I'm not knocking them. I'm not saying they're not good players, but I would say that they're kind of like Talib. I know is a little bit older. Peters is still young, but I would say that probably their best years are ahead of them, and I feel pretty confident about that. But I mean, obviously, they still get the job done. They got it done today. I think them shutting down Michael Thomas, really limited the Saints as far as explosive plays or those 20-yard ins or outs that they run with the guy. And you see nowadays in the NFL, you see a lot of crossing routes, rub routes. Obviously you've seen who does it the best, and that's the Patriots. That's pretty much where everybody picked that offense from up, as far as route running. Basically with Edelman, you seen what Edelman did today, and everybody counted Gronkowski out, and look at what Gronkowski did in overtime. So I mean, I felt like the game was won in the fourth quarter as far as Rams and Saints. Sean Payton and Drew Brees had the ball, I believe, in the red zone with under 2 minutes. They pretty much had control of the game. It was theirs for them to win or lose it, obviously depending on the kick. But I felt like Sean Payton got a little bit too cute, and we never really seen his power running game today, despite the fact that the Saints do have the best running back tandem in the NFL per se. In my opinion, I think they're number one, and even the analytics back that up as far as rushing yards, touchdowns, receptions, total yardage. Some of that stuff, don't quote me on it, but I know they're pretty much the number one duel, and they passed the eye test. I mean, you can see it. That's the number one running back duel in the NFL, hands down. Sean Payton got too cute and he got predictable. I felt like he kept overfeeding Alvin Kamara. Don't get me wrong, I love Alvin Kamara. I drafted him in fantasy football. I know what Alvin Kamara could do, and I have proof because I remember sending a text message to one of my cool homies. Hey, shout out Unk Nation, man, shout out to you. But yeah, my homie Unk Nation got a text from me a couple years ago, and I said, hey man, watch out for this kid Alvin Kamara. I think this dude's gonna be legit, because I just seen the explosiveness, man. And see, I'm no scout, and to be honest with you, that's what this show is going to be about. It's just, you know, I mean, I seen the guy play. I know it was only it was preseason when I seen Kamara play against the Chargers, and I seen him pull he ripped off about a 50, 60 yard touchdown run, and he made it look easy, like effortless, like he's gliding. You know what I mean? You know, like a man amongst boys, per se. Not gonna make any bones about it. I'm a diehard Raider fan. Anybody who sees me today will realize that. But 90% of the time, I got my Raider gear on. But yes, the Patriots. Why do NFL analysts or analysts keep picking against the Patriots? As much as I hate the dudes, as much as it pains me to remember about how, you know, the Raiders were robbed and how we had that team that was going to win that Super Bowl and we were going to end, you know, the all those crappy years of being a Raider fan, and we finally had the team, we finally started winning, and the Tuck Rule, Tom Brady, Belichick, the Snow, the Patriots. That's all I got to say about that. Now you know why I hate the Patriots. But today, it was just like business as usual. I was watching the game, and I was feeling like, okay, I see how Patriot fans feel. They don't sweat. They don't panic. They sit back. I mean, I don't know what they do. Maybe they smoke, maybe they don't. Drink a little beer. But, you know, I don't know. I can't say. Everybody likes different things nowadays. But, yeah, I feel like a Patriot fan. I watched the game. I called it how it was going to happen. I talked to my boys in the studio because we were watching the game here. And I told them, look, man, forget about everything that happened before that. Forget about the stats. Forget about Mahomes, the MVP. Forget about how sorry both of these teams' defenses. Forget about all that. The crowd noise. All that was irrelevant.
What?
None of that was going to change the outcome of the game. In reality, to me, anytime that the Patriots are in the playoffs, in the Super Bowl, hell, even the regular season, if you ever have watched a Patriot game before, which I'm not accustomed of, you know, but I root everybody who plays the Patriots. So trust me, I'm not a Patriot fan. I'm not trying to show them love or trying to be a fake stupid Raider fan, because, you know, I'm not going to touch that topic, but you know how deep I can go into it. I already knew the Patriots were going to win. And the reason why I knew that was because I knew three things. The Chiefs' defense sucks. Patrick Mahomes has no playoff experience. And Tom Brady will have the ball at the end of the game.
What?
That's the way it works. That's the way it happens. That's the way the story always plays out. You know, all fans know, whether you want to give the guy credit or not, which I reluctantly do. I already see a scenario where Tom Brady's gonna make it to the Super Bowl. He's somehow, some way, Edelman's gonna make a crazy catch. Gronkowski's bum ass is gonna be productive. All of a sudden, he ain't played all year. He's been hurt. He's been washed up, but he's been saving it for the playoffs. And you know who I compare Gronkowski to? And if you know basketball, you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about and why. Gronkowski is Andre Iguodala of the Warriors. He ain't gonna do shit all year. He's gonna fucking give you something that looks like 100% effort, and he's gonna make one of them crazy catches over the middle or up the sideline, and you're gonna say, "God damn, Gronkowski, this dude is a beast. This dude is an animal." But I mean, what do you expect? We knew that already. That's not a hot take. That's not you're not an analyst. Everybody can see that. I'm sure even non-football fans can see the animal out there making play after play, bailing his quarterback out. Anytime the Patriots need a big play, there's going to be three options. And you already know: 1, Gronkowski; 2, Edelman; and 3, James White, Kevin Falk, whatever goddamn running back they got, man. Any running back they got that it's on the Patriots. Have you guys noticed the dude fucking has an awesome season? The dude tears it up, and you start saying, "Oh fuck, well why didn't my team draft that guy?" Well, why the fuck do you think? Because the Patriots can see the talent. They can see it like from miles away. Every team says the guy's too little. Look at really analyze what I'm saying. Look at the numbers. Look at Google. Like my boy Bronze Bomber says. You can look at Google and look at the size of these Patriot running backs. Tell me, how many can you name that you would say superior athlete, superior size, superior speed, superior whatever? I'll wait. And I'll hear crickets. All these guys are overlooked, man. That's what the Patriots do. They fill their roster with overlooked talent that the rest of the NFL fails to sign, to put on the practice squad, to stash them in the injured reserve, whatever. There's many ways you can keep a player as long as you follow whatever plan you got in your franchise. As far as what type of team do you want to be, and so the Patriots, they somehow always manage to draft well, and they replace 1 year's star with an unknown player that become the next year's star, like Malcolm Butler. Nobody knew who Malcolm Butler was, but now if you say Malcolm Butler, you're gonna think back to why didn't the Seahawks give Marshawn Lynch the motherfucking ball? That's it. That's all you're gonna remember. You're not gonna say, "Oh, Malcolm Butler, he made a great play," which he did. But the bigger question has always been, why didn't Marshawn the Beast Lynch get the fucking rock? Bro, you talking about if that Seahawks team, that would have been back-to-back. That was theirs. That was theirs. That would have been back-to-back, beating the Patriots. Man, who knows? That team would have probably still been, whooping on the NFL. Even though with all those rule changes, I think that eventually the NFL would have caught on to that defense and start shredding them. But that's a conversation for a different day. But obviously, the Patriots, they always manage somehow, some way, just like cockroaches.
I buried those cockroaches. What they ever do for us?
That's why I call them, the cockroaches that never die. They always manage to find a way to survive and make it to the Super Bowl. It seems like all my 20s and early 30s, I've seen the Patriots play somebody in the Super Bowl. Like when the regular season starts, you could pretty much put the Patriots in the AFC Championship game. I don't care what strength of schedule you give them. I don't care how many miles you make those fuckers travel. I don't care if fan bases from other teams are keeping them awake all night long. Those dudes are always going to find a way to outcoach you, outplay you, possibly outwork you, and sending your fans home mad. Saying like, how the fuck does this 41-year-old Tom Brady do this to my team? I thought he was washed up. I thought, experts like I heard this radio host say this the other day. Oh, Clay Travis. He said, "Oh, if you're a sports bettor, bet all your money on the Chiefs. The Chiefs are gonna crush the Patriots. It's gonna be a blowout. Put all your money." I don't know how, he said an amount. He said multiple things. I'm not gonna throw any numbers out there, but I remember him saying, "Bet heavy." So basically, in the bettor's terms, drop the juice. Drop the juice, baby. 500, 1,000, whatever. If you're a baller, you bet more. I'm not a baller. So I'm sure there's a lot of people that listened and fell for the analyst hot take. Why? Because this guy was gonna, open up his show by saying some shit like, "And what did I tell you about the Patriots?" And everybody's gonna get on their knees and start, showing the guy respect. "Oh, I love this guy. This guy knows it all. He's an expert. He knows what he's talking about. Yeah, I'm gonna pull out my 401k and I'm gonna tell my kids, oh, don't worry, we ain't gonna eat for the next 10 years.
But because my expert analyst told me put all your 401k on this bet, I'm gonna put it because he said so. He knows about sports. He knows about sports betting."
Yeah, that's not happening here. When I heard him say that, I laughed, and it was a little uncontrollable because I thought it was pretty fucking hilarious. I didn't know he was a comedian or a sports show host. So I had to laugh. I haven't thanked him for that good laugh because I kind of needed it. I had been having a shitty week. I've been sick the last week or two. I laughed hard, man, because I mean, come on, man. You really think that the Kansas City Chiefs with Andy Reid, a quarterback with no experience, and this is the divisional round. It doesn't matter if he's playing at home or if the fans are blowing the lid off the roof like in New Orleans. None of that matters. It's all gonna come down to who can execute the best in crunch time. Who can make the key plays? Nobody really talks. When we talk football, everyone's talking about, oh, Sean McVay, he has all these coaches in his coaching tree. They're all geniuses. They all have nice cheekbones. They're all, they look good. They're going to come out there and they're going to know exactly, what's going to happen, during the game. All this Matt Nagy's is going to take, the Bears to the Super Bowl because he's an offensive guru. He's the quarterback guru. The trend, everybody seems to forget. It's still like Art Shaw would say, you got to get down and dirty if you want to win. What do I mean by that? Run the ball. Run the ball. Control the clock. Keep the offense of Guru and his offense off the field. And if you can control the game, control the tempo, limit the amount of snaps that you're giving these offensive gurus, the better shot that you have at beating them. And who does that the best? New England Patriots. That's who. And everybody feels like shit because you actually fell for the hype. Everybody told you, look out. New England's done. They're not making it to the Super Bowl. They're not gonna even win a game in the playoffs. They're done. They're washed up. You know, everybody figured them out. The dynasty's over. Damn, these motherfuckers are in the Super Bowl again. Let that sink in. The Patriots are in the Super Bowl again. Have we not heard this shit before? This is what the NFL is about. When you look at the schedule, just put the Patriots in the AFC Championship game. Well, and most often than not in the Super Bowl. Now, about the Super Bowl, it's really a toss-up. But if you were to ask me what my personal opinion is, and I'm no expert, I wouldn't call it an expert opinion. If you're betting on the game, I would not bet on this game currently as it's the Rams being a 1-point favorite, because if you look at history, the Patriots, they usually don't blow out teams in the Super Bowl. Usually the Patriots either lose in the last minute or Tom Brady wins in the last minute. They used to have Vinatieri. You might as well call Gostkowski Vinatieri because the dude does the same shit. He hits it in the snow. He hits it if the ball's on fire. He hits it if the ball is underinflated. It don't matter. That shit's going in. Straight up. It's going to go in every time. So, I mean, yes, Sean McVay is a good coach. That dude looks like he's gonna be special, and the Rams look like a team that obviously they went for the Super Bowl. This is why they made all those acquisitions with Ndamukong Suh, Talib, Peters, and obviously they were thinking, okay, we got the offense and the offensive guru. All we got to do is fix our defense. And we'll have a shot, and it proved to be true. I mean, they do have a shot. They do have a point offense. They have a suspect defense, to be kind. I mean, I wouldn't call that a great defense. Obviously, today, everybody realized that, yeah, they're a pretty good team. But sometimes you're better being lucky than good. And obviously today, I felt like they got lucky. So, I mean, you can't knock them now because they don't have control of the refs. I'm not gonna knock them for that. I'm not gonna say that's the only reason why they won. They did make shit happen. They did get defensive stops when they needed to. They got the turnovers. They made it happen. So you gotta show a little bit of respect too, because I do feel like they do have a shot. They do have a shot to possibly pull it out. Kind of like how, first-year coach Doug Peterson and the Eagles did last year. I feel like they do have a shot, but I also feel very confident in saying that the obvious, Captain Obvious here. Don't be surprised if Brady wins another Super Bowl, if the reason why they win is because Jared Goff makes some critical mistakes, Sean McVay mismanaged the clock, they couldn't get enough stops. And at the end, Belichick, Brady, Gostkowski, a.k.a. Vinatieri, found a way to drive it down the field. And two things are going to happen. James White's going to score a touchdown to win the Super Bowl. Or you're going to have a Gostkowski kick a field goal. I feel like that's the way it's going to end up. It became very obvious to me the way that these games were officiated. I mean, the NFL, they don't do themselves a lot of favors when they come out and say, "Oh, you know what? You know, we realized that we made a mistake. Our ref made a mistake." Hey, man, I don't think any Saint fan is sitting at their home right now. First of all, I'm pretty sure they're not sober. They're probably drunk as fuck. I know I would. I know I was when the Raiders got robbed in the snow. I'm pretty sure they're sitting down saying, "Man, that's 2 years in a row that we lose on some stupid ass play. Last year, it was the miracle in Minnesota. You had the game won. Breeze drives you down the field. You're able to take the lead. All you got to do is make a tackle, and you got it going. You're back in the contention to make it to the Super Bowl again." They're back in that position again this year. All they got to do is run the ball with the number one duo, running back duo in the NFL. Huh? No, the Saints lost last year to the Vikings in the Minnesota Miracle. Yeah. Oh, my bad, y'all. I had to make a determination on my history. I was talking about, the Saints last year losing, at Minnesota and the Minnesota Miracle, and this year, also losing in a gut-wrenching, way, you could say, because your strength failed you, and the Saints' strength has always been Sean Payton and Drew Brees, and you got the number one running back duo, but instead you're throwing on first down, you're trying to throw a toss on second down, and you could have had about 14, 21 more points if you would have just stopped fucking around and letting Taysom Hill run the fucking Nebraska offense back there. And they're literally running some college football shit. And Sean Payton ended up getting too cute. And that obviously cost them. It's shitty. But what can you say? Sean Payton, Drew Brees, they let me down today. I was rooting for them. I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, I'm a big Patriots hater. But the Patriots are back in the Super Bowl. They're gonna go up against the Rams. The Saints, like I said, they got screwed over, but they also screwed themselves over many a times. They should have never been in that position. Oh shit, and then I get another cold beer over here. They should have never been in that position. They should have won this game. They had control. They were up 13-0. They should have started running the ball. Started, trying to wear out that Rams defense that's been suspect all year. But, it is what it is. Like I mentioned, it always goes back to the way, the Patriots play. They end up, doing just enough to beat you. They don't blow you out. And so, whenever they're in the Super Bowl, you're better off taking, the underdog and covering by points, because Patriots always either lose by 1 or 2 points or win by 1 or 2 points, but they never really cover the spread. As far as Chiefs fans and Kansas City Chiefs franchise, I want to ask an honest question. How the fuck did they get this far with that collection of sorry ass bums on defense? Dude, I never played no sports, at a professional level, so I don't want to sound like, I could be able to put on the pads and go out there and do better than these guys. Nah, my opinion is never going to be based upon if I thought I could do better than them. It's going to be based upon Macadocious. I'm going to say what I want. I'm going to do what I want. That's it. Plain and simple. These guys are terrible. I like the front seven, or you could say maybe the front three with Chris Jones, Justin Houston, and the boy D Ford. Those guys are beasts, man. They're animals. But other than that, you got Eric Berry and a bunch of scrubs back there. So I do wonder how they even made it this far. I don't know how the Colts, the Colts, talking about the Colts, I'm gonna include them here because I remember this guy, and I think you guys have heard of him. His name is Callan Cowherd.
What?
Hey, respect to the guy. The guy has a dope show. He has a shitload of following. And I know that he started doing where I was wrong and where I was right. But I heard him say the dumbest shit ever the other day. He started off his show, literally started off his show. When was the last time that you remember anybody starting off a legit sports talk show by talking about the Colts and the Colts being possibly the next dynasty? How? Why? Where? Man, what are you smoking? God damn. How in any way, shape, or form can you convince me that I should believe that the Colts are going to be the next dynasty in the NFL? Damn, bro. Good thing I'm pretty sure ESPN is lenient with the weed. Like your boy and Stephen A. Smith would say, the weed. I'm pretty sure they're lenient with that shit. Because your boy Callan Cowherd is talking about the Colts are going to be the next dynasty. Fuck, are you kidding me? That's not happening. Simple as that. No smart football fan is going to buy that shit. It's just the same old shit. The hot takes. You got a wall and you got some scrawny ass white dude throwing a fucking pile of shit to see if it sticks on the wall. Straight up. Nobody's gonna believe that shit. Come on now. The Colts, the next dynasty. Man, I like the Colts. I like Andrew Luck. They got some good players. I even like Marlon Mack, their running back. That fool's pretty dope. But come on now. Moving on, man. So the Chiefs is the same old story. They get to the big game. The fans are loud. Their tailgate is probably number one from what I hear from where all the experts say it's number one tailgate. So they got a lot of good things going, and I heard they got the best fucking barbecue. I don't know if you guys heard about that, but they got the best barbecue. They got supposedly their barbecue is better than Texas barbecue, Kansas City, Missouri. Okay, well I've been trying to make it to Kansas City. So if they do, hey, I won't even sweat it. I'll come on the show and I'll be like, hey, yeah, Kansas City, I want to send you a shout out. Hey, so and so made me this bomb ass barbecue. They're number one. I still haven't hit up Texas. I still haven't hit up Missouri. I'm kind of like a Cali boy that stayed local his whole life, either Northern California or Southern California. But I'll be the first one to say it, man. I love food. So if they got that bomb ass barbecue, let me find out. Let's find out next year, KC. You tell me where I should go. No hate. Yeah, I'm a diehard Raider fan, but I'm not. You know, this show is about the fans. It's not gonna be about hate. It's not gonna be about dick riding. It's not gonna be about preference. It's gonna be open game. Open game. And I actually like the sound of that. Open game. I might consider that for a little something here in the future. Open game, baby. DM me. Like I said, follow me at Macadocious84 on Instagram. I'm gonna work on the video. I'm gonna work on future shows. I'm gonna work on also, eventually getting fans to shoot through the video, through the studio, and shoot some video and some audio about whatever it is that they want to talk about, and then we chop it up, we break it down, we analyze it, we give our opinions, we ask the fans how they feel about it. Do you guys feel like I'm right? Do you feel like I'm wrong? You feel like I'm being a writer? You feel like I'm whatever it is. Ain't gonna be no bitching and crying. Send me DMs, tell me whatever is on your mind. We can talk about it. Possibly, come through the studio, make it happen. But, obviously, there's only two things really going on right now at the time. You got the NFL. Obviously, we know who's playing in the Super Bowl. Obviously, we know how I feel about how, the Super Bowl's going to go down. I'm not going to be surprised to see the Patriots win. But the NBA also is in the mix, and I would put football number 1, NBA number 2, and then I'll give number 3 for baseball. And then everything after that, I really don't care. I'll talk about it if anybody brings it up, or if anything important comes up. I'll bring it up. I'm not gonna hate on the other sports because I watch all type of sports: hockey, college basketball, football, baseball, whatever. But moving on from the NFL, as far as the NBA goes, I'm gonna make an exerted, consistent effort to make sure that I never come on the show and try to convince you about some shit that's so obvious. Like, you guessed it, LeBron. When we talk about LeBron, how many of you ever watch a game, sit on your couch, crack a beer open, and say, oh, this guy is better than LeBron? Nobody likes KD. So even if he were to prove that on the court, which I know a lot of people won't give him credit for the last 2 years, because obviously the Warriors are stacked. So let's not pretend like they're not stacked. Nobody's gonna say KD is better than LeBron. Nobody's gonna say Steph Curry is better than LeBron. And so on and so on. No one's gonna say that shit because it's so obvious that the best player in our league right now, I don't want to, not my league, but in the association, is LeBron James. Simple. That's it. No explanation needed. No analytics needed. No fucking comparisons needed. None of that shit. We all know that. He's the best player. Simple as that. So I don't know why all these, sports radio personnel gotta hammer us with the same shit every day. Don't get me wrong. I love that Colin Cowherd show. That dude is one of my, inspirations as far as, how he doesn't really give a shit what people think about his opinion. Even though, obviously, I don't necessarily agree with him with like 90% of the shit he says. But the dude's got a successful show. And that's what your brother Macadocious is trying to shoot. Why not? So the analysts, they know it all. They talk about, most of the time they talk about the same thing. Nobody needs to talk about LeBron and who's number one and who's number two. LeBron's number one. Plain and simple. Case closed. Now, when we talk about teams, here locally, me being a Monterey Bay, let me clarify that, not Bay Area, but Monterey Bay. If you're familiar with Monterey Bay, we're talking about 831 Salinas, California, to be precise. That's my hometown. That's where I was born and raised. That's where I play my sports. That's where my love, and my passion to talk about sports and to analyze, the game, and to keep up with stats and collect basketball cards, football cards, know about numbers, know about capacity of stadiums, know about altitude, know about all kinds of shit that the normal fan, especially one looking like me, you see me in the street, you're like probably, oh, this shit, look at this bearded dude. You don't expect me to talk about all types of shit the way I'm laying it down right now. You probably expect me about, saying some shit like, hey, where the bud at? Or where the party's at? I don't know. Other shit that I don't really want to say right now because, I don't want my wife to get mad at me. But you get the point. You wouldn't really expect me doing this. And that's what I want this show to be about. I want it to be about expect the unexpected. I don't want it to be predictable. I don't want it to be dick riding. I don't want it to be fucking hot takes. I don't want it to be about Captain Obvious shit. I'm not gonna throw shit to the wall and hope it sticks. I'm gonna watch the games just like you. I'm gonna have an unbiased as possible opinion of what I feel about certain individuals, certain teams, certain sports, certain whoever. And none of the shit that I ever say is going to be personal towards that person or sport or team or player, individual. Nah. Only against the Patriots though. That's always going to be personal. But it's going to be basically Macadocious. Like I said, look it up. It's in the dictionary, Urban Dictionary. You read it, you're gonna like it, and you're gonna see why I say what I say. But the Golden State Warriors, yeah, and that's my team. I must say it right now. I'm a Warrior fan, born and raised, not a bandwagon, and I got plenty of proof and people that can verify that shit for me right now. I'm not a new Warrior fan.
What?
I've been following this team since before the Run TMC days. So don't test me with that name game because I can fucking pretty much answer about 90%. I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit you and say, oh yeah, I know every single player from 1 to 12 all the way down the fucking bench for the last 30 years. Nah, I don't know that. Well, I could pretty much name you a majority of the fucking players. I could tell you the coaches. I could give you, dates like when Latrell Sprewell decided to choke his coach. I don't know who remembers that, but the only reason why I remember Latrell Sprewell is because of his rims that kept spinning. Not really because he played on the Warriors, even though I know he played on the Warriors. And I liked him. He was one of my favorite players. But I remember him for his spinners. Like that one song, I'm riding spinners, I'm riding spinners. Remember? 3-6 Mafia? There you go. That's what I remember. The Warriors, dysfunctional. Sorry, straight up, sorry. They suck. They suck, man. plain and simple. No bones about it. They suck. But you know what? Even as a kid, even knowing that they suck, I still rooted for the Tom Gugliotas, you know, the Felton Spencers, the Bimbo Coles, the no-names, the scrubs, the famous scrubs, the ones that everybody knows that when you turn on the game, you look at the Warriors and you're like, man, the Warriors, these dudes are all scrubs. They all suck. They can't shoot, they can't dribble, they can't play, they can't win. All they do is lose and get blown out. That's what everybody remember the Warriors for.
What?
So I can understand that when you have a franchise like that, and I can understand why Colin Cowherd would want to be that one guy that predicted the future and said, hey, the Colts are going to be a dynasty.
What?
I told you so. A lot of people can try to say that about the Warriors. I'm not going to try to say that because I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you. I never knew. And never in my wildest dream could I have, said with a straight face that I knew or thought the Warriors were going to be a dynasty. Bro, I was fucking happy if they won a playoff game. I was happy if they won 30 games. I was happy if they won more games than the last season. I was happy if they fucking fielded a starting five that could do something. I was happy about it. Just plain and simple. Little baby steps. I never talked about, hey, watch out for the Warriors. They're going to win multiple championships. And then if we do have a bad year with KD, and then when we get KD, we're just going to fucking pick up Boogie 2 years later. All that's going to happen. You would have said, bro, what the fuck are you smoking on? Really? Where the fuck do you get this shit from? I'm just enjoying it. Remember that. I mean, it's game over. There's not much I can really say. Everybody knows it. Just like LeBron. Everybody knows he's the greatest. Just like the Patriots. Everybody know they're the clutches. They come through in the clutch. They make it happen. Everybody knows the Chiefs are going to choke. You know that. And everybody knows that when you think you're a genius, you make the bonehead decision. When you think you know it all, you're better than the competition, you fold under pressure. That's what sports come down to. When you get too comfortable, when you get too cocky, too arrogant, you think you're better than the sport, you're better than the competition. That's when you hit rock bottom. You hit that glacier like Titanic. That shit's going down and it ain't coming back up. You're done. Why do I bring that up? Because I'm almost fucking done with this show. That's why I'm hitting rock bottom. I'm getting a little thirsty. I got a 12-pack of Modelo, and that shit's starting to get warm. So I don't plan on taking too much more of your time. The Warriors are going to be champs. They're going to be champs because they got the better team. They got the most chemistry. They've done it. They've been there. They've done that. They're like the Patriots of basketball. They're just going to find a way, no matter if Curry gets hurt, whatever XYZ reason you can think of, whatever can happen, if they have another beef between KD and Draymond. One thing is, there's two things for sure in this life. Taxes and the Warriors winning. That's it. Bank on that. Bank on that. But I mean, the last question I got is for the unbiased and the biased. How many more can the Warriors win if they win this one? Because I'm not going to sit here and tell you that is 100% sure to go take your money from your 401k and pull it all out and fucking drop all that shit and bet on the Warriors. And I'm not gonna throw a hot take like that because anything can happen. Anything can happen. Even the Warriors have shown that they're susceptible to comfort. Look at what happened. A couple of years ago, I was getting killed with 3-1 jokes. 3-1 jokes. Now the 3-1 jokes, they've been fading over the years. I don't hear no 3-1 jokes. The only 3-1 jokes I hear are the ones I give when I say 3-1 versus LeBron. That's the 3-1 I'm talking about. Is that what you're talking about, 3-1? Oh, no. Oh, there you go. Man, that's just plain and simple. Give it to the Warriors. How many more could they win? I don't think they could get to, obviously, Lakers, Celtics greatness. But I think when it's all said and done, they're clearly going to be about the third, best franchise in the NBA. And if you would have asked me, or you would have asked any legit Warrior fan a few years back, 5, 6, 7 years back, if they thought they would have seen 3 to whatever more championships they win, they all would have laughed and said, hell no, we ain't winning no damn championship. We can't even win 40 games. So take it with a grain of salt, man. Like I said, this show is gonna be different. We're gonna be open-minded here, and I invite you to check out my handle on Instagram. Pretty soon, I'm gonna get with my boy. We're gonna have a link there. We're gonna possibly start a business page, a podcast page. We're gonna have people coming in, and it's gonna be just people like me and you, just not, I don't want to say the average Joe, because I don't want to call everybody no average Joe, because I think that kind of is kind of talking shit about that person's intelligence. So ain't nobody trying to be average here. We're trying to be great, but we're gonna make all that happen. So look out for the video. Look out for YouTube page coming pretty soon. Subscribe. Send me DMs. Email. Email is at abravo1984@live.com. abravo1984@live.com. Shoot me an email. Let's work. Let's show everybody that you ain't gotta be no goddamn analyst to speak sports and speak the truth and talk about what you believe. But for now, I'm gonna have to say good night, everybody. I got some beers to drink. Macadocious 84, and I'm out.